You know what?
What?
Fuck the flag, fam.
I knew you were saying that, fam.
What are you mad about it?
I'm not mad about it.
Are you from there or though? Like,
Where?
are you from Israel?
I'm from America. My father's from Israel. I have a lot of family there. In it.
No, no, no. All jokes aside, though, have you seen what your people been doing to the Palestinians?
Have you seen what the Palestinians have been doing to my? It's ongoing. It's back and forth. No one's innocent.
I mean, let me tell you something.
I'm listening.
If
And
if if I, if I listen, if I came to your house, keep oppressing you for years and years and years and years, and then I come with a pack, like a payback for what you have been doing, then the media makes me look like the bad guy. What do you think about? I just want to know your thoughts about it.
I think it would be much more like entertaining if you guys could come up with a new rhetoric. Like I came to your house. I took over the
Yeah,
whole
no, no, no.
house.
Listen,
I
listen,
gave you
listen.
the
Why
garage.
are you being sarcastic? I just put an example about what's going on, and you
But
are
it's
being
it's the
sarcastic
same.
about it.
It's the
If
same
you don't want,
recycle.
listen.
I'm
Let me
answering.
finish my sentence,
I let you.
please.
I'm trying
If
to
you,
answer you. You asked me a question. I'm trying to answer you.
yeah, thank you, thank you for hearing me. First of all,
Of course.
second of all, yeah, second of all, I just gave you an example, and I just want to know your thoughts about it.
I think it's the same recycled answer that everyone says, and this is a false narrative that's getting pushed. It didn't happen like that.
What if I tell you, my grandfather, yeah, he got killed. He used to have his own little farm, and then his whole family got killed back in the. I'm not really well educated about it, but back in the 49, 50s, something like this, he got killed, and then my father had to immigrate to another country because of what your people have been doing. So this is not of what I've heard. This is what, like, based on what I have seen, you know?
Are you Palestinian?
Yeah, I'm originally Palestinian, if
So
this is
what if
what
I
you're asking.
told you I'm pro is and God forbid, I'm sorry for what happened to your grandfather. That's tragic. That's sad. I don't want any Palestinian baby is worth the same amount as my baby. I have nothing against you guys. I want peace. I don't want to seek to destroy you guys. I don't look for that. I'm very much so pro Zionist, pro Israeli. I love my people and I stand with my people. That doesn't mean I'm against you guys. But
That's
when
complete.
when things like the Intifadas happen and things like October 7th happens by your people, how is that building coexistence? How do we seek to build a future and not widen the gap?
Let me tell you, when you start talking about some tragedies, like, or something bad that happened, you can't just bring up like the middle thing that happened. You can go just to the middle of the scenario and say, look, that's the bad guy. Look what have you done. Like, you just jumping into the middle of the
Okay,
scenario and
so
saying,
where does it begin for you? Where does it begin? 1948?
yeah, like the Jewish, I believe they didn't have. I have nothing against the Jewish people. I love them. I have friends of mine that are Jewish. I've got nothing against whatever religion you believe in the world.
I respect that.
But
Me too.
yeah, but the thing is, they didn't have a country, and then they looked at Palestine based on. Sorry, my English is my first language, so I can't explain it very well. But I will give you the
Your,
topic, and you
your
probably
English
know it.
your English is good. Your English is good. I understand you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I do my best. So basically, there was Palestine, and then the Jewish people came to it. We accepted them as refugees. Not we, my grandfathers especially, like the people that have been living in this country that is Palestine, accepted them as refugees, immigrants, whatever. After some time, they were killed, they were kicked because why? Because these immigrants or these refugees started claiming this place as if it was theirs. Why? Because they were promised that this place is theirs. Can you please tell me if this makes any sense to you?
It kind of I get your narrative, but it's not actually what happened. I'm sorry, it's not. They never accepted us. They never accepted us. When the UN voted in for us to be able to go back to our ancestral homeland, legally we purchased land from vacant Arab owners that weren't on the land, but they own the land. We purchased land. The UN voted us in to be able to go back. Everything was done legally. In 1948, the people who started the war was not the Jews. It was the Arabs. It was the Palestinians. They weren't referred to as Palestinians at that time. They were very much so referred to as Arabs. But even it didn't start in 1948. Just like a lot of people, when I say October 7th, they say, "Oh, it didn't start then," just like you did. It didn't start in 1948 either, because if it did, explain the Hebron massacre in 1929.
But first of all, let me tell you something. Do you believe that everything that's going on around the world is true? Like, if there's some type of agreement or some, do you believe that this agreement is 100% pure? Do you think that there's no place with the papers, no, nothing about it?
What do you mean? What agreement?
Like when you're saying that you purchased the lands, you think when you purchased the lands, do you think it's some legit paperwork or something?
It was, there's testimonies upon testimony. You can look it up. It was 1000% done legally. I'm not saying that there were no rebel Jews that were doing maybe some nefarious shit. I'm sure there was. I'm sure there was. At the time, we didn't really have an army. We were literally weak and brittle refugees that just faced
I
the
believe you.
Holocaust. We just faced the Holocaust. So yeah, we had our walls up. We were nervous. We didn't have an actual army at the time. In some way, by the grace of God, by the grace of Allah, we won. I don't know how we won that war in 1948. We shouldn't have.
You,
We shouldn't have, but we
you
did.
want it. You want it because there was some traitors. There was some support from the United States, from England.
No,
That's how you want it.
no.
Yes.
America, there was an arms. I
So let me
promise
tell
you.
you something.
Wait a minute.
We,
Hold
we
on.
can't.
Hold on. Hold on.
I'm
Because
sorry for interrupting you, but
a
let
lot
me
of
just tell you
people.
something really
Let me
important.
just finish this
If
one sentence, though. A lot of people
I know
say
I'm gonna let
the
you
reason,
explain
the
everything you
reason,
want.
the reason we
Listen, let me,
won.
I'm gonna let you explain everything you want. You can talk about it the whole day. I don't mind listening. I'm more of a listening guy. I don't mind it at all. But the thing is, hold on, how do I even say this in English? Uh, few- yeah. So basically, you've been told different type of stuff through history, and I've been told different type of stuff through history. So no matter how much I talk and I tell you, no, this agreement, this war, this is everything is different, we won't reach to a point. I'm telling you.
That's okay, but listen, it doesn't matter. I haven't been told nothing. I've done my research.
But
I've looked at this from a Palestinian perspective, an Arab perspective, a Muslim perspective, and I also looked at this from a Jewish perspective, Israeli perspective, and from my people's. I've looked at both. And I'm very much so open-minded. Don't take, like, I promise you, everything you say, I will do. I won't probably do research on everything that you say, but I will take my time to do research on some things that I may be a little bit questionable about, to challenge myself. It's very important. You must always challenge yourself. You don't know everything, just like I don't know everything. No one knows everything. So I'm not ignorant to that at all. Trust me. However, a lot of people say that the reason we won in 1948 is because of America, because of Britain. Britain turned their backs on us. There was an arms embargo with America. America said, fuck off. We didn't have America's help until 1967. So it's a false narrative. Trust me, I've done a lot of research on this, and I'm not just being tribalistic and sticking with my people, which I will be honest, I very much so like to do. I'd like to stick with my people. Just like I love the Ummah. You guys stick with each other. It's amazing. I love that. I love that and I respect that. But when my people are wrong, I'm very much so willing to disown and call them out on their shit. So that's just one thing I think I wish I could see more on the opposite perspective on your side for sure.
uh, as far as what you have mentioned, I agree with most of the things that you said, and it's been clear. But I would like to ask you something. If you, yeah, what are your thoughts about like what is Netanyahu doing to the people in Gaza?
I think these people in Gaza are suffering. That's indisputable. I think they wouldn't be suffering, and everything that they're going through is on Hamas's hands. Hamas knew that they could not beat Israel. They couldn't beat the IDF. But they went ahead and did the most inhumane things, the most un-Muslim of all Muslim things. This is totally against your book and what you people believe in. They did the most nastiest, brutal things, not only to Jews, to Thai workers, to Tanzanians, to Muslims, to Arabs, to Bedouins. They did it to indiscriminately. Whoever was past that border on the Israeli side was fair game. Even the pets in the household, they didn't give any signs of life. It was fair game. And they did this knowing that Israel was going to fight back and attack. I think it's a God's, like a miracle, how dense and how heavy populated that Gaza is, that the death toll is as low as it is, which is still tragic. 60 to 67,000. It's tragic. It's heartbreaking. A lot of which was Hamas, too, mind you. But yes, a good chunk of it was civilians as well, which is heartbreaking. Or they're not even just the people being, but their homes, everything that they've built for themselves, everything. It's sad. No one should have to live like that. But this would have never happened to them if Hamas didn't put them in this position without building one shelter, Why not let them in
You
the
say what? Sorry?
tunnels? Not one shelter was built for the Gazans. Or
Oh
and
yeah.
you know what? What about the tunnels? Let them in the tunnels, right? No, they've opened
But
these
do you
up.
think
This
it's
is for the
justified?
fighters.
Do you think it's justified for someone to just go and kill babies? We are talking about babies, women. It doesn't make any sense. No matter how bad the war is, no matter how fucked up the situation is, no matter who's in the right side, who's in the wrong side, babies and women shouldn't be killed.
I agree
And
with you,
even
brother. I agree
I'm
with
not.
you.
I'm not saying. I'm not telling you. Oh, Hamas they did good or they did bad or they. I'm not the guy who speaks for Hamas. I'm just a normal civilian. But if I'm telling you, like, if Hamas is fucked up, like the thing that they did is so fucked up, Israel shouldn't be killing kids this way.
Listen,
Oh,
I 1000% agree with you. I 1000% agree with you. And I would love to live in a world where when wars are launched, innocent people are just not harmed. There's not one war in history that innocent women, children, elderly, even the men, even some men that have no affiliation with police, army, government, they're harmed. They're affected big time. This happens in every war. And Israel's held to such a high standard when it comes to fighting this war, even though the civilian to combatant ratio is the lowest.
nah, I have to stop you here when you say that Israel have a high standard when it comes to
They
this war.
they they are. They are though. You
No,
know what's going on
I,
if you care about babies.
I believe you've been tricked with the media. This
Absolutely
is
not.
not true.
Absolutely not. Your first argument
Mm.
is women and children, right? What other countries in the world that are women and children are suffering? What are the
There's
first?
a suffering has been something that has been going through history.
No, but
Nobody
like
can stop
modern
it.
history, like if
But
you had to think
but
in the
you can
past,
stop being the reason of this suffering. Like you can go easy. You see
but
how many countries have
seriously
went to
though,
Israel and tell them,
in order for
still
me
you
to
have to
take you
stop.
serious, in order for me to take you serious, let's start it from October 7th, 2023. Not Israel. Forget Gaza, forget Palestine. Name me any other country that has been suffering to that extent, if not more, since 2023. What other countries
Like I
come to
mean,
mind when you think of women
like
and children?
I don't get the question. What do you mean exactly?
So, women and children being in war torn, being killed, being targeted, starved to death, whatever. What other countries come to mind? Is it just Palestine or Gaza?
Uh, I mean, it has been going through history through the whole world, but what I'm trying to tell you that if there is women and kids that have been suffering through the world, you shouldn't just go and make other women and kids suffer because that's been going through history and
Well,
through the world.
of
If
course,
there's something,
of course not. But the thing is, everyone's screaming the women and children in Gaza. Which okay,
yeah,
let's say everyone says 20,000 children, which is not confirmed. But let's say 20,000 children died by war in Gaza. No one is talking about the 500,000 children that have starved to death in Sudan,
I know what's happening in Sudan is also shit. I'm telling
Yemen,
you, there's
Congo,
yeah, in
Syria.
Yemen too, and
No one.
everywhere.
So
I can
Israel
tell you
is.
about.
My point is, Israel is held to a different standard. To a different stand. No one has. You don't see in any other war. Tell me a war in history where they warn people, where they vaccinate people, where they provide them with aid.
Yeah, that's the point. Just because that there's women and babies that have been dying through history doesn't mean that oh I'm allowed to go and do it. Like it doesn't make any sense.
But that's not what allowed us to do it though. They killed our people, and not only did they just kill our people and then leave our
I
land,
know, I know, I know,
they
I know.
killed.
I'm not telling you. I'm not telling you what Hamas did is justified and
So
they
how
should do it
else
and
would you
more
have
and more.
reacted?
I'm not even telling you. Oh, Hamas did the good thing. No, I'm just saying, like, why would Israel go and kill kids just because
That's not. Again, I don't.
kids have
I'm
been
not
killed
saying.
through the history? So we are allowed to do it.
I'm
Like
not
me as a
saying.
17
Listen,
year old
I'm not
man,
saying.
as a 17-year-old guy, I'm telling you, like. I've never done my researches about history. I'm just using some simple logic. Just because someone does something shit, it doesn't mean oh I'm allowed to do this shit as well.
I'm not saying you're a spokesperson for Hamas. You seem like a very sweet guy, okay? So don't be
No,
so
thank you. I do,
don't be so
and you
defensive
are being
by all
respectful,
means.
and I understand that. I'm just trying to hear more from another point of view. I'm open to everything, you know.
It doesn't it's not realistic when you think that you have to put yourself in the shoes of the Israelis. Not even the Jew don't even put yourself in the Jewish Israeli shoes. Put yourself in the
No, I
Muslim,
don't.
put
I'm
yourself
just
in
trying to
the
listen. What do they think about?
of
How's this
course.
thing
But
going with
put
them?
yourself in the Bedouin shoes. Put yourself in the Arab Muslim shoes that live and reside in Israel that may even identify as Palestinian that were killed that day. or that are still alive, but their wives were taken, or their grandfather was taken, or their husband was taken, or their niece and nephews were taken. What else was Israel supposed to do? Imagine that's your baby sister. They came in,
I'm not. I know.
they killed
I
your
know.
whole neighborhood, they killed your neighbors, they have your baby sister. What was Israel supposed to do?
As a human being, I'm telling you, I grew up in a war place, and then we have to leave where I used to live. I used to live in Yemen. I'm telling you, and some of my people have been killed. As a
A
good
lot,
human
a
being,
lot,
yeah, wallahi, I'm not lying.
a
Like, you know
lot.
what does wallah? Yeah,
Yemen should be having the amount of protests in the
like
street.
my own cousin used to be my best friend. He was killed because of civilian war and that stuff. But however, what I'm trying to tell you is uh like, just because they killed my cousin, I shouldn't just be going and killing their own cousins.
Let's say your
No,
cousin,
this doesn't work like this.
let's pretend, I really wish he was still alive, and I'm so sorry for his loss. That's heartbreaking. But
Yeah,
imagine he was still alive and he's being starved and held in a tunnel.
he might be. I don't know. Like,
But then but think
all
about
what we
that.
have heard about him is a
Would you
picture of him. I'm sorry for saying this. Like, I've seen a picture of him full in blood, and it's heartbreaking. And all I've heard about it is he's dead. I don't know how did he die. Maybe he's been starved. He didn't eat for days. I just heard and then saw a picture of him when I was 10 years old. That this guy has been starved and been beaten to death, which is heartbreaking. You understand? But me, since I was 10, as a good human being, as my father and my mother raised me to be a good human being, the first thing that came to my mind, oh, that's tragic, but that there was nothing inside of my head telling me to go and kill their cousins, their baby sisters, their mothers, their fathers. No, why would I go and kill? You
listen,
know,
the way the media is spun, you really need to watch your media sources, and I would question that you trust any of them. Do your own
I
research.
don't even watch the media. I'm telling you based on my real
As
life
you shouldn't. The
experience.
media is horrible. It really is. Israel is not targeting babies and children, unlike Hamas did on October
But
7th.
you just said
But
you just
but
said, what if they killed your baby sister
and
and
no,
then
I'm
Israel
not.
would go
But
and kill
I'm
their.
not saying that that means to go kill their baby sister. By all means, absolutely not. I'm saying go do what I need to do to get my baby sister back, and that doesn't mean
Does it
targeting
include
children.
killing?
Whether it's
Does it
special
include killing
forces, it's
innocent people?
targeting. No, it's targeting specifically the people who took my baby sister and who still have my baby sister. That doesn't
But let me tell you
know
something.
everything
Do you
in its
think that
own.
Israel doesn't have a good army or good like technology resources that they can find Hamas easily?
Absolutely, absolutely. Look at what they did.
Then
Look at what they did in Iran. Look at what they did with the Houthis in Yemen. Look at what they did with.
yeah, I believe the Houthis are bad. I'm not telling you they
They're
are good. I hate the
horrible,
Houthis. The one that killed my
horrible,
own cousin was the Houthis.
horrible.
But let me tell you
Honestly,
something.
it's hard for me
Yeah,
to even have this conversation with you, knowing that you're from Yemen, because what your
y-
people are dealing with in Yemen still to this day, I don't, I just, I would have a lot more respect for people if they want to stick up for Gaza or the Palestinians. Speak up for Sudan, speak up for Yemen, speak up for Congo, speak up for Nigeria. And I will absolutely, I will shut up and listen to everything you have to say about Gaza and the
and I do respect you a lot because the way you think about everybody. You seem like a lovely and a genuinely a nice person. But what I'm trying to tell you that the people that you stand with or support, I know they in your opinion they might seem great, but I'm trying to tell you of my point of view what my grandfather has to go through, what I've me personally had to go through in Yemen. So you just be, how can I say this, just be like widely open to see more new opinions, new experiences.
of
I'm
course,
not saying like,
of course.
oh, stop supporting Israel. Israel is the right. Israel is the wrong. Israel Palestinians, because this is a very complicated topic. But I'm trying to tell you that Netanyahu himself, the way that he does stuff is just crazy. You
Okay.
tell me he
With
has to do
that,
whatever he has to do to
with
get
that
the
same
babies. Does it mean that?
with that same aspect though, just because someone's pro-Israel doesn't mean they support the government. That's like you saying,
Mm,
okay, that's like you using a generalization, like what I'm supporting what my people are doing. That's like me saying, oh, you're a Yemeni, you support what the Houthis are doing. We have all different opinions,
exactly. This is what I'm trying to
and
tell
I
you
would never do
because there's
that.
a lot
I would
of
never do that.
people.
Don't do
Like
that.
there's a lot of people that support what Netanyahu is doing. Like let's put everything into the side, like Israel, Palestine, all this complicated stuff, and talk about Netanyahu. Like the way he be. I think the own problem is with Netanyahu himself. Like he makes some orders for killing thousands of babies for the life of one. I know he does whatever it takes to do, but it doesn't make any sense. Like we are all human beings at the same minute. You
I
get what I mean?
respectfully, I understand your heart. You're human, just like me. My heart breaks when I see any baby dying in Gaza, whether it's one or thousands. I don't care. But we cannot look at war in a context and just say babies, babies, babies. It's literally it's just it's you're
Do you think Hamas is a very big group like that Israel would take them seriously to start or to say that
well,
it is a war?
that's the
I don't think
problem.
it's supposed to be even a war. They are like a group of people. They are not even more than 200. I'm just throwing some numbers because you know people in Gaza, the population is not that big, you know.
No, there's
So
two
it's
million.
not possible
There's
that every single person there is with Hamas or supporting Hamas. You would literally see some videos, people themselves living in Gaza telling you we don't support what Hamas is
yes,
doing. We
and
just want a
and
life.
they end up dead the next day by Hamas. I have to go soon, but there's 2 million people in Gaza. Okay, there's tens of thousands of Hamas fighters, and a lot of Hamas was voted in and elected. A lot of them support Hamas. They're losing support by the civilians because they did not finish the objective. A lot of these people in Gaza want my people to cease to exist. They say from Emaya Palestina Arabia, not Yahudi or Yahudi and Arabia. They say they want it to all be.
Sorry, come again.
They
Come again, because I couldn't understand.
they say Al Maya Palestina Arabia, not Arabia and Yahudi.
Hmm.
They don't want to coexist. A lot of these people have this extremist mentality. And yes, so Hamas is losing their support in Gaza because they didn't finish the job. They look very weak now. Unfortunately, these people are indoctrinated. I don't wish, and I still don't wish them ill will. I want them to be, I want to help them. I would love to sit down at a table with one of these people, hide my Jewish identity, cook them dinner, have a conversation, reveal my Jewish identity, and say, aha, see, we have a lot more in common.
Let me tell you something, you know. I'm sorry for like interrupting you, but a lot of Muslims or Arabs, we don't have anything against Jewish people. All the problem is that with the Israelis and what they have been doing. When I say
A lot of
Israelis, not every single one, because I also believe there was some people that there was born Israeli, like oh, their parents decided to make love and then suddenly he's an Israeli. He got nothing to do with it, and I also understand these people. But at the same time, when you say like hide your identity about being Jewish, no. Also, when we used to live in Yemen, our neighbors, wallahi, I'm telling you, they used to be Jewish. They used to have their own village. No, they are lovely. We don't have anything against Jewish
But
people.
there,
Just to let you know.
how many Jews are living in Yemen today?
At the moment, zero. At the moment, zero because the Houthis
So,
are
so
shit.
yes,
I'm not.
majority of Muslims, Arabs are beautiful, amazing people for sure. But there is still, you guys are a large fucking army of people. Your ummah is huge. We only have like 15 million, okay, worldwide Jews. Half of them are in Israel, half of them are in America, and there's few bits and pieces otherwhere in the world. So there is still that, even though the percentage may be like just under 10, I don't know. Let's say it's even 2%. That's still millions of people that do hate Jews. They do. We can't
Wherever you go, you would find people that hate Muslims. They hate Jewish. They hate is everywhere around the world.
which I'm against that. I'm 1000%
Yeah,
against that. I
but
don't
I said all of this just to let you know that not everybody hates Jewish. Me, I live now at the moment in the Netherlands. I have some of my friends that are Jewish. Like I don't even see it as a problem because they live as much as I do. They go to the gym, they play football,
Yep.
they drink, they eat. Just and I view them as human beings. You know what I mean?
Me too. Like
Yeah.
you're very sweet. You're very level-headed, honestly. I hope
Yeah.
I don't even care. I don't want to talk about Palestine, Gaza with you. I hope what's happening in your homeland, in Yemen, gets better. I hope these people have a bright future. I hope they get help, they get aid, they get everything that they deserve. And of course, I'd love to see peace where my people come from, in Israel, Palestine, whatever you want to call it. I hope the war ends. I'd love to see coexistence, but I would really, really, really love it if that same thing could happen in Sudan and Yemen because it's hundreds of thousands, if not millions compared to 10. Yes, every life is worth the same, but if I can save a million people instead of 10,000 people, I'm choosing a million people. So I hope you're whole,
Yeah.
man. I really do. I hope.
Yeah, I do understand you, and I would like to thank you for being respectful and carrying on with the conversation. And I would really love to, like, one day we all live in peace.
Amen. Amen.
And yeah, you stay safe. And thank you for seeing what. other people are going through. Like
Of
fuck the
course.
media. The media always fill people with hatred and stuff. I just wanted you to hear what I went through, what my grandfather went through, and all that type of stuff. And you have a nice day.
I love you very
Yeah.
much, brother. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, and bright future. And assalamu alaikum. What a sweetheart. He was nice. He's just, forgive me for being redundant. He's tribalistic. He is, but he has a good heart. I think he wants to stick with his people, but he still sees and understands, kind of. He's a sweetheart. I love this guy. I think he's great. He's very respectful conversation, and I respect that. That's all that I look for. I love you guys. God bless you guys. Thank you so much for the donations. I hear the comments. I read the comments. I react to the comments as much as I can. I'm working on the microphone. I promise you, I'm trying my best. The donations is what will be able to get me to have a better setup and do the microphones and all that stuff. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I love you guys so much. God bless America. I'm Miss Rochai, and free Sudan, free Yemen, free Congo, free Nigeria. Have a good one.